Michigan did name Sherrone Moore head coach, offensive coordinator over these past few seasons. Obviously, we know they just won the national championship 15-0. Sherrone Moore filled in for Jim Harbaugh on those suspensions, so he's 6-0, has a win over Ohio. I mean, how many other coaches around the country can even say that? It made sense to elevate Sherrone Moore, so congratulations to him.
Yeah, we talked about this ad nauseum last week. This was the easiest hire that there ever should have been ever of all time in the history of the world. Best on-the-job training you can possibly get. The meetings are going to be the same time. The structure is going to be the same. There's going to be a new head man there. And it just so happens the new head man was the interim head man in some very, very important events last year. So if you're a Michigan fan, you couldn't ask for anything more, David, right?
Exactly. But now the schedule this upcoming season is going to be one of the top 5 toughest schedules in the country.
You've earned an 8-4. Harbaugh, I think, would have gone 8-4, 9-3 with this schedule.
Possibly. With I'm wondering, if that's what happens, if there's an 8-4 season in their future, how many strays is Sherrone Moore going to catch? I mean, look, you're the head man now, so I understand. They're going to return a lot of really good pieces on defense. Offensive, you got to replace a quarterback on offense. You got to replace your starting running back, Blake Corum, most of your offensive line. The good news is that Donovan Edwards, who's had some of your biggest game the past 2 seasons,
Jahmyr Gibbs, man,
is going to return. I think what's more problematic than naming Sherrone Moore or looking at the schedule for the next season is hearing athletic director Ward Manuel double down this past weekend that Michigan is not going to be getting in the NIL space in any massive capacity. He said, we're not buying players. This is not a transactional thing. I understand where he's coming from. A lot of people around the country are frustrated looking at NIL and the transfer portal with no guardrails or no transparency. At the same time, you're one of the few brands in college football that could take advantage of NIL.
Y'all are rich.
Use that. And the guy who just really built the foundation for this success you've had the past couple seasons, Jim Harbaugh, is leaving. I know they're going to keep the infrastructure with Sherrone Moore, but like you said, your proximity to genius doesn't always, equal that you're going to have the same amount of success. Name, image, and likeness and having the structure in place needs to be something that Michigan takes care of ASAP. You can't just rely on the fact that the NCAA may get into a pay-for-play or may get into a revenue-sharing system over the next 2 seasons.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, I wonder how long Ward Manuel's been hanging out with Dabo Swinney.
All right, let's go to Steven. He wants to know, David, who is Michigan going to hire as their linebackers coach?
I don't know what they're going to do at linebacker now, but I think maybe you elevate Connor Stallions at this point.
Why not?
With house money.
Why not?
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if the new defensive coordinator is going to be a position coach as well. Maybe he is the linebacker.
Was Minter a position coach that they elevated because he was under McDonald, or did they bring him in from the outside?
He brought him in. Remember, because he was at Vanderbilt, and remember, I used to talk about him when he was at Vanderbilt. You were like, Vanderbilt has this defensive coordinator.
That's right, because they kept overachieving.
You were the first person I ever heard talk about the guy. McDonald went to the Ravens, and then I heard word that Jim Harbaugh was going to hire them from Vanderbilt, and you were like, this is an unbelievable hire. Now look at 2 years.
So basically, this is how this went down. Like Jesse Minter's like, hey, Sherrone, man, appreciate you, dog. I'm headed to the Chargers, though. So Sherrone hung up the phone. He's like, get me Vanderbilt's defensive coordinator. What's his name? I don't know. Just get him for me.
But for the linebackers coach, to his question that he asked, that's who was fired in the wake of the Connor Stallions investigation. Because I guess after the fact, when
was he next up? Was he going to be next up?
I don't think so. No, but he was telling players to not comply with the investigation or something
Good
like
for
that.
him.
Is allegedly.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I call Jim Leonard right now. You got to tell me no. YouTube, what's up? You know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Turn that notification bell on. Hit that like button and keep telling your friends about it. We appreciate it.